I would like to invite the moderator of the session titled The Rise of the Azerbaijani IT Sector from Natural Resources to Algorithm. The moderator of the session, Fidan Mirzayeva, from Innovation Specialist at PASHA Holding. And the speakers, Yury Antaniuk, Vice President, GovTech and Public Services, Epam Systems. Valery Krasovsky, CEO and co-founder, Sigma Software Group. And Dr.Fuad Karimov, Regional Managing Director of Xsolla, Azerbaijan. Fidan Hanım, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much, dear speakers, for joining me today. As you know, the following discussion will be most likely the shift from natural resources to algorithms. So in order to kick off discussion, my first question will be most probably addressed to Yury regarding the Epam services and their large-scale work with public services and as well as GovTech. So Yury, what do you think, which public-facing service in Azerbaijan would actually signal a shift to a knowledge economy? And what do you think would be the capability in order to make that trustworthy at scale?
Thank you, Fidan, for the very interesting question. And thank you, audience, for giving chances to discuss this. And I would like to say that if you're talking about government services, Azerbaijan is in a very good situation. As many companies and many countries around, by this time, many countries already have online services, and some have very successful mobile services, and people using, like in Azerbaijan, digital documents, can do kind of like registry cars, etc., etc. So talking from a general coverage, I think that countries already very successful, and Azerbaijan in this list. But when we're talking about knowledge economy, I think that it's very difficult to say this is a knowledge economy. I am not talking that other country has this, but when you're talking about knowledge economy, it's not enough to digitalize, to make services online. It's much more difficult case which you want that your citizens, your users will be kind of educated and prepared to new life. And especially with coming AI to this landscape, definitely knowledge economy services is much, much cheaper than just take almost mechanically paper service and move it to online to some web portal or mobile. I would say that I don't know good cases where knowledge economy is already existing and open it for citizens or for users. Still, there are some examples in Singapore or in Estonia that when people already starting to use government services not only to do some routine procedures, but change their life. One of such services, I'm not talking that I kind of like push it to Azerbaijan, but one of these services could be online education, but not in sense how we just see in this. I know that, for example, in Azerbaijan, there is a very good courses online with Coursera, for example. I am big fan of Coursera. It's one of my online sources where I'm taking some knowledge, but I'm not talking about preparing online or providing online courses to citizens. I'm talking about to building ecosystems, how young kids or young talents and even their parents can understand how they can build education trajectory and how to get some advices from this online service back to these people. So it should be two-side road. If you want to be knowledge economy, it's not enough just push knowledge to audience. It's not enough to say, okay, you will be Java developer, you will be accountant, you will be some administrative clerk. It should be two-way knowledge that people and users should give feedback, and this feedback should be adapted and controlled. So kind of like in my ideal situation or case, I would say that each user of knowledge economy should have personal assistant, tutor, coach, fitness trainer, etc., etc. Like we have to build ecosystem around the person, and this is what I would really will be glad to see in Azerbaijan. I hope that some startups who were on this panel before, they kind of looking into this, because it's not coming from a government. It should come from innovation. That's probably too long answer, but I am big believer into this.
Thank you so much. And I think that's an important aspect that you have highlighted, because education is one of the key fields that is actually driving tomorrow. So what you've mentioned is something that we should take into account as well. So thank you so much for that. Once we have highlighted the services, also to touch upon the productized solutions that are taking place right now, my question will be addressed more to Sigma Software and how they're enabling the progress from engineering services to more productized solutions. So in that case, my question will be addressed to you, Valery. Based on your experiences that you have, what do you think should Azerbaijani firms and in general firms should do in order to become more of an export-ready solutions for from the very start?
Thank you very much. I think, oh, that works now. Thank you so much for this important question. I can share an experience from our company. We have a UK holding working in 19 countries with a couple of big R&D centers, and the biggest one is in Ukraine. We also have in Poland, in Romania, in Uzbekistan, in Brazil. And we also investing into product solutions. I think we have made the first investment in 2008 together with our client, who actually came to us and said, I have to stop the development because I'm out of money and I need like 1 or 2 months to raise the money. And we said, why don't we invest into your startup and keep the team working? And he raised the money and he sold the company in 1 year. So that was the first successful case when we started to think about product solution rather than only IT services. And also, it's not only my experience in terms of our Sigma Software business, but also experience of Ukraine as a country. Our IT services industry started to develop like in 90s. The first company started to appear like in 1993, 1995. We started our business in 2002. And you get a lot of knowledge about how international business works when you receive the service requests from different countries, from different business domains. And you start to learn what is interesting for Volvo, for Daimler, for Scandinavian Airlines, for startup solutions in America. And you start to understand the business better when you are working on the IT service requests. And then out of that experience, I can tell you that, for example, in Ukraine, we have a lot of founders who has learned what kind of gaps they could see in different businesses. And they started their own companies. Quite a few of these companies already became unicorns. Sometimes we don't even know, and people don't even know that these startups became unicorns, that they are from Ukraine. I can give you a few examples, like Grammarly, GitLab, People AI, Ajax Systems, Preply, a lot of different companies. And in order to start thinking in that productized way, again, you have to learn what business really needs from you. I can also tell you one interesting example when we started the venture builder in our company. It was, I think, 2018. We got the service requests from one of our clients, a company called Hearst. It's a big publisher in the US, which owns such magazines as Car and Driver, Cosmopolitan, etc. And as a publisher, they obviously have a website with a lot of users, and they sell the advertising space on their webpage. And sometimes this space is being stolen online by bad actors, and some strange banners are put in instead of like real advertisers. like banners like you will win iPhone or you will gamble something, etc., etc. And they asked us to identify those guys and remove them. And we found out that on the market there are no product solutions that really helps publishers in a systematic way to track what is happening on their websites and remove these kind of bad actors. So we started a product company and raised some money. And then in 2023, we have sold it to big American security company called Human. And I was also one of the co-founders. And that sounds really simple when you put together your 5-year experience of creating and selling company during 1 minute of speech. But obviously, that was a very interesting path with a lot of bumps and difficulties. But I think that this is really, you have to be connected with the real business challenges. And if we try to map it to Azerbaijan, for example, so you have a lot of big businesses, especially in the oil industry and gas and fintech. And speaking with these clients and trying to understand what kind of challenges they have, you could really understand what kind of products this market and other markets might be missing. And again, what I would like to underline that currently we can see a really serious switch in the service business worldwide. No one wants to develop solutions from the scratch. Obviously, there are a lot of platforms available, a lot of products available, and customers and the clients and big businesses, they want to decrease the investments and really calculate what bring them money, what can make them more efficient right now, not in a few years. And that's why it's very important to see into product solution, into the platforms when you try to solve customer challenges.
Thank you so much. So one aspect, to summarize a little of what you said, I believe we should analyze the market itself and analyze what are the problems that are needed in order to identify the solutions that are efficient for them. But you've mentioned a point also in investing into startups. So my question would be, how do you assess the startups and what makes a good investment for you? How do you assess on which of the startups is the right one to invest in?
That's, the answer could be really, really long. I will try to make it short. We actually have three venture vehicles that we use to invest into the startups. And the first one is Sigma Software Labs, which is like our corporate venture arm. And normally we use it to invest into our customer products. And that's always the same. You have to believe in the team and you have to see the traction and you have to understand the team will be able to change the way they will see that this kind of idea doesn't work on the market, etc., etc. So, and when we are supplying the services to our clients, it's quite obvious that if we also believe in the product, and that's good for the investors to see that we are, as a supplier, believe in them, and then that brings actually more security for them and more security for the investors. But that's one part of the story. We also have the vehicle which is called Seed Venture Partners, which we have started 3 years ago with a couple of co-founders. We have already invested into 32 companies, deep tech companies in different areas. And the way how we choose them, the strategy, there could be different strategies. If you are angel investor, you need to have maybe 150, 200 plus or even more investments, which are really properly selected to be able to catch a couple of unicorns out of that. So being an angel investor, it's extremely difficult to catch the unicorn if you do 10, 15 investments. So that's why we also invest as we have built the right image and even if it's a buzzword, smart investor, but we are trying to be a smart investor, helping our product companies to reach out to our enterprise clients, because what product companies, what startups need. They need money and they also need clients. Maybe clients is most important, right? So we are helping them to find the right clients. And when we see the startup, obviously we, first of all, for us, it's important to see that there are right CEO and it's not the solo founder. He needs to have a couple of, maybe one, maybe more co-founders. That's extremely important. So they can be most important roles like strategy, sales, and technical role. So team is the most important, but if you're speaking about like later stages, like round A, then obviously that's about the traction and that's about the industry we really understand. You know, like Warren Buffett said that he's investing only into the businesses that he knows, that the same with us. So if that would be something like completely different from what we understand, that we don't do that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So Fuad Bey, to highlight some of the Xsolla's perspectives and the way that they intersect payments, global compliance, and gaming together, how could those kind of strengthen international opportunities for Azerbaijan's IT sector? And what do you think would create the first move to make that happen?
Yes, thank you very much. So if I scroll back a little bit as how Xsolla came to the market, the story starts in the beginning of last year, in fact. And first, it was domestically empowered when Innovation and Digital Development Agency decided, let's move local studios, local gaming studios, to the largest events like GDC in San Francisco Games Developer Conference. And me and my fellow business partner, we were running Game Summit. It's an event which has been for the last 4 years uniting the gaming studios, the players, investors, and other businesses, so to round the overall entertainment, because gaming is just part of the entertainment industry, but there are more to that. It's a music, it's a movies, there is a digital movie, AI-generated content. So, and that's how we actually personally met with Xsolla founder and the team. So they saw the interest from the Azerbaijan community, they saw the interest from the agencies, the state agencies, and decided, let's go to the region and see the interact with the community. And I think that was a right decision to go through the local players, local game studios. And in fact, our entry position was, let's do incubation studio first. And let's sponsor a few events. There are different events that Azerbaijan can be proud of. For example, Xsolla first time as a guest this year as a sponsor was in Merge. And when we say in Merge in the region, that's already signals how serious the country about innovation. So, and we're looking forward for the next Merge ensure that we can bring more content and speakers from our industry, not just from Xsolla, because there is a lot to offer to the region in general. So we started with participating in events, sponsored 3 last year, already 5 this year. We successfully conducted incubation studio, and we saw that there are dozens of gaming studios who can actually participate and present their products on a global arena. We started partnering with the Ministry of Digital Development on building up the Gaming Academy. And apart from that, which was highlighted also yesterday, is decided, okay, we have skill set, we have interest, we have a government support. Let's consider on something big like Research and Development Center. So now, what does the Research and Development Center is? Firstly, it fits certain processes within Xsolla, but I think most importantly, it signals to the global gaming community, and it's again, players, studios, publishers, investors, that Xsolla has made assessment across the region, and there are great destinations in Central Asia, in Middle East, but they decided after necessary due diligence, but again, most importantly, interacting with the state agency, with the large corporations like PASHA Holding, you know, some other, and seeing that there is a local support on the ground, so we can actually partner with the broader community. So I think that how we plan to empower local game studios, local, and bring publishers to Azerbaijan who will invest market and empower local studios. So this is a long game plan. We started only last year, registered this year, and we already see certain return on that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So as we have had the broader picture now, perhaps it would be better if we go more into to take a deeper dive and look at the executables and actions. So one thing that I would like to highlight, one important aspect that we all know is AI and how it is rapidly changing the world, how some cannot even keep up with the pace that is currently happening. So my question will be addressed to you, Yury. How do you think, based on the experience that you have, how should ecosystem and government agencies kind of set the digital rails in order to have the startups as well as the agencies not kind of start everything from the scratch, but actually reuse the components that they already have across different sectors?
Thank you. And frankly speaking, we can talk about AI till end of the panel. So unfortunately, we just have like 10, 15 minutes to answer on this. And I would start from a little bit different angle. Why we need AI at all? So many people talking, we live in AI bubble. It's all fake. It will disappear. It's kind of like, I know in my company, we have 60,000 people across the globe. Many of them kind of like, it's fake. It's not working. I can do my work like as I am expert, etc. So it's a huge different opinion across the globe. Do we need AI? You know, that kind of like, it's even some fear. We will be destroyed, we will be slaves, etc., etc. But I am looking differently. You know, the whole world, the whole universe exists because of one bubble. It's the most popular cosmological theory, which called the Big Bang. It's not a movie, it's not a series, the Big Bang. If you look in movies, you like series, I like as well. I look over all seasons. But it's real scientific theory, which calls it universe, stars, we, animals, everything exists because of this big bubble, which started like exponentially expanding. It reminds me how AI started. It's growing like crazy. The pace is the biggest what we see in our history. And then stars appears. I mean, OpenAI, Anthropic, other guys. And then it will be kind of like some agents, like people. So we can talk a lot about this. I think we should look positively what's going on. I am a big believer in AI, and I believe that all ecosystem in Azerbaijan, in a region, across the globe, it will much more different than what we have right now. I was talking in my previous answer about this personal assistant, personal tutor, personal fitness coach. It's not possible without AI. You cannot use standard technology and give personalized advice. Who can remember you? Who can care about you? Who can think like you? So I believe that startups and all companies and all across the world should put as much as possible effort. I am really happy that Azerbaijan is doing this way. I was talking with government representatives. They buying GPUs. They building right now Rex AI factories in Azerbaijan here. So we will have chance soon to use services based on AI, LLMs, and all that stuff. So that's, I believe, it's kind of like very, very huge success. But always exists but. It will not work if we don't educate people. I mean, all people, not kids. I mean, all of us, because, okay, I am kind of less close to 60, so I can be relaxed. Okay, I don't care what's going on, but I should care because it will change how I am buying, how I am learning something, how I am going something. And for kids and for young talents, it's much even bigger change because we're telling now that AI will kind of like take everything. But we had similar fears. It was 2000 .com crash. Like it was 2008 financial or real estate crash. Now, okay, AI will take. No, AI will not take. AI will take those who not adaptive, those who don't care, and it may be that something kind of like not very good happening, but we as a community, as a government organization, as a universities and business, we should work together to bring out value from AI. And this is what I see this answer on your question, that all startups, all organizations should consider AI not just as a tool, because I hear many from people that, oh, okay, it's just new tool. It's like new Excel, new Word. No, it's not. You know about these waves, right? It was 2022 chatbot, like GPT, Gemini, etc. Then it was RAG, retrieve augmented mechanism to kind of get more knowledge out of the sources you have. By the way, Notebook LM is my most favorite tool. I can put books and talk like with teacher, not from general understanding, but specifically from that books which I'm interested in. But it's not stopping. And third wave, it's about agents. This is what I'm talking about, personal assistants. So I believe that all companies and startups and organizations should look into AI agents, because this what we will have in a very, very close future, that each of us will have chance to have kind of like personal assistant or personal tutor. And this is how AI work in reality will be utilized and will be developed across organizations. But it's very difficult, and nobody success on this. And we definitely need more hardware. We need more electricity. All this race. So a lot of obstacles. But obstacles or problems, it's things where startups come in. So the standard recipe, Valery knows this even better than myself. You should take one problem and solve it. And AI is standing a lot of problems. All kind of like problems, morals, problems of kind of using this against people, and problems technology, energy, climate, etc., etc. So it's a huge opportunity for all of us. And I believe the audience of strategists is also will benefit out of this. So I probably pause and stop it, but really I am looking for very, very bright future with this. Thank you, very good question.
Thank you so much. Thank you for highlighting the pros as well as the cons that AI is bringing within. And another aspect that is also one of the important aspects that is kind of the base for all the organizations, which is the human capital that we currently have. And my question will be addressed about, Valery, what do you think turning into those local pipelines, what do you think should the local pipelines stand as in Azerbaijan in order to raise the firms and give them the chance to work with the internationals? How do you think that they should be built in order to make that happen?
Thank you for a good question. I think that you should have probably a quite good internal market, and you can start from there. As we discussed previously, you have very well developed financial sector, oil and gas industry, and if you start working with these clients, you could probably bring this knowledge later on to other oil and gas sector companies outside of Azerbaijan, and bring this knowledge that you could incubate within the country, and perhaps even with some products. Sometimes we think that everything in this world is digitalized. That's not true. Many huge companies even now are using Excel sheets. And that's why we shouldn't underestimate the huge market for digitalization. And I really do believe that you should have the support of the local big businesses to try to innovate with the entrepreneurs and then breathe this knowledge outside of the country. And obviously, I would like also to comment a little bit regarding AI as well. That's like the part of the name of the conference. I actually think that it's also completely agree with Yury that we need to adopt it everywhere. And as CEO of NVIDIA said, probably some of the job will be taken by AI, but definitely a lot of jobs will be taken by those who knows how to use AI. We started to adopt AI in our organization horizontally, probably starting from 2023, very actively. So we started with teaching all our personnel, not only software engineers, but also administrative personnel, how to use prompts. Now they develop their own agents that they are sharing within the organization with other departments that they could be more efficient as well. Obviously, usage of the copilots became the commodity for software engineers. There are still the few clients that restrict using AI. We know why, but I think that will be changed as well. We probably remember the time when many organizations were afraid of giving out the data to the cloud out of on-prem servers. And now that's a really strange question. Are we afraid of giving data to the cloud? Yes, we are, but we couldn't do anything with that. So we just have to follow that. Regarding the bubble also, I think, we had this dot-com bubble in the year of 2000, but it hasn't stopped the development of the dot-coms. And the same, I feel, will happen with AI as well. The question is how much money the investors into OpenAI and other big companies will have to wait until they are profitable, because all of they are losing a lot of money right now, and only one company is winning. And you know which company is that? That's obviously NVIDIA, because they are selling computing power and the chips and everything. They are very happy about that, of course. And by the way, I also found out that myself, a couple of weeks ago, I was speaking with ChatGPT about creating some Word files, etc. And I received very strange answer on some of my requests. I said, are you really sure you'd like to make exactly this file of these columns and this kind of data? And said, yes. Okay, wait a minute, I will do that for you. And they see that it stopped. And I said, okay, are you doing anything? Oh, I'm sorry. I will do it right now. Can I ask you a few other questions? So they actually started to tune the models to avoid people just playing with files, because that really put a lot of pressure on their computing powers. And people right now, they're really using that to play, to do some interesting investigation, things like that, but that doesn't bring any money. So they started to put some restrictions on that. But that obviously will be changed, and I think that even if, and I'm quite sure that would be a certain crisis in that, but obviously that's really the bright future, and we should be very, very active not to miss it in our businesses.
Thank you so much. Thank you for such a valuable input. And before we proceed with you, Fuad, would you like to add anything also on the AI perspective, maybe from the field of gaming and payments, if you would like to as well?
Yeah, sure. So I guess it definitely empowers everyone. I mean, if you go back, every time there was a breakthrough, whether it's calculator, Excel spreadsheet, the Google, and now AI, did it shrink some jobs around? Perhaps. I mean, if you go back, the term calculator was a job title in 1930s for statisticians. Come sit down and basically add up with a pencil some standard deviation things. And then it's evolved. I mean, no one even remembers how it's all started, and which is fine. I guess it definitely a good strength. We use it big time. I guess as a professor in university, I got certain concern that students may abuse that sometimes, play with that, and you can feel that the answer sometimes coming out of artificial way. So perhaps I just hope that it's a first wave of student piloting, testing, like all we did. But at the same time, as the dust settles, we will see the great benefits of this. So it will be, as Yury also mentioned, like a personal advisor in a way, who can give actually good tips. So I totally welcome that change. We have to embrace it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Also, another point, now that we have touched upon human capital and AI, as you know, as you look at Baku as a connection point for gaming and payment, what do you think, what could be the chance and how should we plug in local teams effectively into that network in order to make it work?
Yes, thank you. So that's one of the major missions we have for the region. As I mentioned earlier, we have conducted the incubation program, and many local studios have really good product. But to have a good product and to be able to market it is a different story, because they are great artists. They're passionate about their job. They're proud of their job. But once we connect them with a publisher, once we connect them with an investor, they sometimes need a better support. So the certain phases of the incubation program is designed to ensure that they know how to monetize it, because otherwise it's just a hobby, but we want to turn it into the business. And there are already few success stories just this year, who already demonstrated revenue turnover of 7 digits among the local studios, but it's just the beginning. So this is the incubation program of the existing studios. That's number one. Number two is our plan that to take the local studios to the global events that mentioned earlier and equip them with the necessary information that how to sell that product, how to produce it. Xsolla's value proposition is not in game design. It's in helping them to monetize it globally. So there are a game that Azerbaijani kids that written can be localized in Brazil, monetized in European Union, ensure that the compliance are checked, whether there is a taxation, it could be VAT, sales tax, different languages, different age limitations, because a game is like, as in many other entertainment areas, has a certain restrictions from country to country that we take. And this will be our input into the development of the studios and taking them to the global arena. And last but not least, we're really looking forward for Gaming Academy to open, where we will ensure that the local talent grows and they team up in the studios later and they become our future partner, future customers who can then help to support globally. So this is how we envision that. And this is we already done in other countries and now plan to do it for Azerbaijan.
Thank you. Just once you mentioned the value proposition, one question came to mind is that, as you know, Turkey itself is one of the leading gaming industry giants in the region. So as they position themselves like that in the market, what do you think it creates for us, some opportunities or some costs that it will happen? Maybe there will be a chance for regional collaboration or connection. What do you think on that point?
Market in Turkey is fantastic, especially in mobile gaming. They have done a great success, especially comparing to the most recent growth rates. And for us, it's first of all, take into account our close ties and collaboration over the years. This is also, in general, the rise of gaming industry draws the attention. And not many people even know that gaming on its own is, as a revenue, global revenue, is around 200 billion, probably by the end of the year. And it's more than filming and music combined. So the success in Turkey makes us proud. We work with many stakeholders there. And for talking about the Azerbaijani market as well, this is a good case for learning as well, because in our incubation studios, we had also the jury members, the mentors from Turkey who actually shared their experience, who helped to local studios to access that market. And we only see the positive trends from that, from our cooperation and to the broader region, because there is a great potential also in Central Asia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. So these are the markets that are emerging, and there is a big gamers potential over there from the player perspective and future the studio developers.
Thank you so much. Thank you for such an insightful discussion. As we wrap this up, we've touched upon some micro elements. And just as an overall picture, I would like to ask each of you to add upon your kind of perspective on this. What do you think, in general, should be the first steps that should be taken in order to accelerate from resources to actual algorithms to make it happen?
If only one thing I would select, I would say education. This is what I believe absolutely needed for everyone. I mean, not only for kids or students, for everyone. Without education, it's not gonna happen. But when I'm telling about education, it doesn't mean that we should go for 5 years course in university. No, it's kind of like bite-size learning, but we have to be passionate about education. I mean, learn, unlearn, and learn, and use online, not just for scrolling thousands videos, but to each day learn something. The more you learn about this new world, definitely about AI, and not only about AI, it will exponentially bring your career and change your life. So I am a big believer in education, and we as Epam coming to Azerbaijan, we will be doing educations for hundreds and hundreds students and young talents who wants to be new modern engineers, not just coding, but new modern engineers. So that's how I see it.
I would compliment on education. I agree with Yury, and I can tell you that, for example, we also have an educational wing in our company. We have Sigma Software University, which is smaller than Yury's company is doing, but we are targeting specialists who already know something, but they would like to excel their skills in something else. Like, for example, being a great senior Java engineer, they would like to learn data science or like AI or cybersecurity from the experts in the area. And this is what we are already bringing to Azerbaijan from our country. We already conducted quite a few courses with quite many people actually last year, and we would hope to continue that. But if choosing one really important aspect, I'm always saying, like, if you would like to run a successful project or successful initiative, the first right thing, you need to have the right leadership. And I can see that you have this here. You have your head of innovation, you have great team, and I think the right leadership for every strategic initiative is the cornerstone to make it successful.
Yes, thank you very much. I join my fellow panelists on their thoughts. And to add is the tone is always set at the top. So as we can observe from the reforms, and we are a proud member of Technopark, and that gave us a lot of flexibility in hiring more, in investing more. And on the top of that, we hear more and more about digital part of the GDP that is, by the way, this ICT, that's the rate, the percentage of the information communication technology revenue is now double-digit growth comparing even to non-oil sector, to across the non-oil sector. So that's another plus. And of course, they investing into the people, because it means the formal education, universities, academy, but even employees who we hire sooner or later may find a different career. They can go to banking sector in Azerbaijan, they can go to state organization, and it's still fantastic because overall the industry will go, they will be our partners, they will be our clients. So it's a turnover that makes us proud as well. So first, the reforms and the government support that we've been observing for years, and that also was one of the decisive factors that come because the environment here is super friendly for investing in that respect. And the second is growing the talents. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again for the insightful session. And please give a round of applause for our esteemed speakers. It was an honor to moderate you. Thank you so much.